Good morning and welcome back to the KR Daily Transmission. I want to thank each and every one of you who attended the Heaven on Earth Prayer Collective live last night. We had such a wonderful gathering. And that replay will be posted here at Kaia Ra Official, I believe by this evening. So if you missed the live call, no worries. You'll be able to receive that really in-depth teaching on self-love that covered the loving ourselves in the in-between spaces of personal transformation. And that's a really big topic that I'm feeling guided to continue to explore this morning with you. This morning, as I was getting ready to go live here with you, I was about to put on the Mother Mary pendant because that's part of our self-love jewelry collection. And then I felt a pause from my higher self, and I was directed to put on the Isis pendant, which I'm wearing today, the Embody Your Sovereignty Isis pendant. And of course, I shared 2 weeks ago that a really powerful healing trinity of Ascended Master Mentors is Isis, Mother Mary, and Kuan Yin. And so I checked in with Ascended Master Isis, and she said, yes, today is my day for self-love teachings. And I thought, game on, because anytime Isis steps forward, our spiritual journey gets real clear and real sober and quite powerful very quickly. So I'm just going to check in and see how y'all doing this morning. Oh, good morning. Wow, we have so many people attending live from all over the world. Welcome from Greece. Bonjour for our beloveds in France. We have beautiful Alwi from Sweden. And oh my gosh, Louise from Ireland. So lovely to see everyone tuning in live. If you're just joining us, feel free to share, introduce yourself, share what city or state or country you're tuning in from. And please be sure to go ahead and like this video while you're watching live. Every time you like this video, when you subscribe to our channel, it helps share the message of the Sophia Code with others. So I really appreciate your loving support in that way. Okay, so today we are going to be reading from the Sophia Code to continue our self-love teachings. We're going to be reading from the Isis chapter 6, and there's some interesting, it's the key code initiation is extremely powerful. You can use the Sophia Code in the sense of like a divination, like an oracular. if you're asking a question of like, what's up in the field today, and whatever page you open to, it's usually somehow connected to what you are going through or what humanity is going through. And I happened to open to Isis's Key Code 1 initiation in the Sophia Code, which is extremely powerful. And what I opened to was page 75. And Isis's initiation that you read out loud to activate your divine genome and initiate your mental relationship with her, it's so powerful. There's 3 major sections to it. The first section is, of course, meeting Isis, and then what happens when you're in her presence, the journey you go on of forgiving yourself for believing that you're not sovereign or that you're not divine, not just in this lifetime, but in all of our lifetimes. And so there's this forgiveness and reconciliation process that we are brought on in Isis's Key Code initiation. There's a reinstatement of our beliefs in the truth of our sovereign divinity. And then there's this powerful quantum healing closing to the Key Code 1 initiation. It's beautifully visionary. And it's very powerful, and it's very confrontational, because as you read through these belief systems, you can feel the cellular soul resonance of what beliefs may have been holding you back, both in this lifetime and in others. So at the bottom of 75, the first thing my eyes landed on was this sentence: I forgive myself for believing that my humanity is a fallen state of sin. The next line that Isis asks us to forgive ourselves for is, I forgive myself for struggling against myself for a divine power that already exists within me. And I thought, wow, well, that's super potent for Monday morning, but it's really in alignment of what we were sharing about last night in the Heaven on Earth Prayer Collective. It's can we love ourselves where we have been literally hard-coded to reject ourselves, programmed by this matrix to turn away from ourselves and to reject the truth of our divinity. You know, we're seeing oppression worldwide, and we're seeing how far the powers that be want to, push the limits of what's acceptable in the human experience. And the reality is that if we loved ourselves enough to accept the truth of our sovereign divinity, these power-hungry agendas could not take advantage of us. If we were truly living in the beauty and the radiance of our sovereign divine light, if all of humanity chose this, all of that oppression and all of that control and all of that abuse would have to end, because it would have nowhere to land within the resonance of individuals that were embodying the blessed state of their the unconditional divine love of the truth of who they really are, sovereign divine beings. So Isis is sharing she's sharing this reminder. She's impressing upon us this morning that your self-love is liberating the world into an understanding, into a realization, into an awakening to its own sovereign divinity. It's a big deal. Although your self-love is first and foremost for you, it's also a big part of how this world becomes liberated in the course of our lifetime and for our future generations. And when we are staring at, such dire circumstances around the world, and so many humans addicted to the fear and anxiety and what these, just the different things that are unfolding right now that are disturbing around the world. It's like the bottom line is, the more that we love ourselves, the more we expand the radiance of our light, and the more we are taking a stand for the truth of everyone's equal sovereignty, that we deserve to respect the human experience and to respect the human body and to love and honor this gift that we've been given. And so today I'd love to just take a moment in meditation with Isis to check into your own heart. What does your heart need to live in the truth of your sovereign divinity today? What is the next place within your own heart that's ready to be loved this morning? That's going to help you step into your power, step into the grace of who you really are this morning. I have my statue of beloved Ascended Master Isis here with a candle lit for you. And let's just take 3 deep breaths together. Connecting to your heart. Unfurling your angel wings. We welcome the presence of Isis to step forward and bless your heart, and to help you come into touch with what you need this morning to feel that next willing space of loving the one within you that may be feeling certain things, experiencing certain things, revealing certain things to your consciousness this morning. I know from myself, I'm going through a great deal of personal change and understanding about what I need next, both individually and professionally, and how important it is for me to personally acknowledge that this is a part of loving myself, even if I am in the middle of watching the transformation happen. Everything hasn't been completed. Everything hasn't landed into place in regards to these new prayers that are praying me, but what does my own heart need this morning to love myself through that transition? What does your heart need as you are in an in-between space of growth between a former chapter in your life and a new chapter that is just unfolding now? Does your heart need to be reminded of how safe it is to grow and to change? Perhaps your emotional body would like to feel the presence of your angel wings and Isis's angel wings wrapping around you in reassurance that change is the only constant aspect of life, and we can find great comfort in change. It means that our lives are becoming better and better every day. Perhaps your heart or your mind needs to be reassured that you are right on track, exactly where you stand with exactly what you're feeling for your personal development, for your highest calling, to fulfill your divine purpose. It's perfectly appropriate and reasonable to reassure your heart today that your higher self, Ascended Master Isis, all of your guardian angels and guides, they've got you. And one step at a time through this journey of self-love, you're right on track and you're headed directly into a deepening, an expanded understanding of how you're going to show up in your divine purpose this year. Perhaps you've been receiving guidance, but it's been challenging to accept that that guidance is what you're receiving. In this moment, you could take this opportunity to bring your hands to your heart and reassure your heart that it's safe to start exploring that divine guidance, that intuition that you're receiving. You don't have to take every step all at once. You could take it one step at a time. That's what love looks like. And as the transformation may feel messy, strange, unfamiliar, vulnerable, we can love the one within us that is willing to take that step into that vulnerable unknown and remind that part of ourselves, hey, we've got you, I've got you, I love you. Finally, we welcome Isis to guide our day and our awareness for greater clarity and sobriety to our sovereignty, to reveal to our minds actions and decisions that are grounded, generous, and kind to our own heart first, and that the overflow of this holding of our own hearts, this embrace of our higher self-consciousness, this divinity that is flowing through you, that it has an overflow of divine love for everyone in your life as well. To be able to explore new dynamics in your relationship with others, whether in your family or your personal friendships, co-workers. Where can the sovereignty of your self-love bless others today? And we welcome the presence of Isis to help you accomplish those next steps in self-love that are ready to be walked today, that are ready to be felt. And Isis is encouraging us to consider, how can the presence of your higher self become a part of your decision-making today? Become a part of that self-love practice where maybe if you feel as though you're struggling alone in a certain issue or decision, that there's an opportunity to slow down, to pray, to ask for help. And so we ask for Isis's help today. We invoke the help of our higher selves. We invoke, in fact, the support of the entire Sophia Dragon Tribe, guiding us in our exploration of self-love today. Knowing that there's going to be moments ahead that are creative challenges that we can rise to through this consciousness of our higher self in ways that surprise even ourselves, not just the people around us. And so with our wings open and our hearts open in the presence of Isis, we welcome all of this loving support, the divine guidance that we are reaching for is reaching for us. And we practice the mantra that we often share in our mystery school. Yes, thank you. I accept. I receive. Yes, thank you. I accept. I receive. One more time. Yes, thank you. I accept. I receive. Just feeling that glow, that resonance of support, that Isis is sweeping her wings in blessings and assuring you, like, hey, let's go. Today's going to be a great day. Let's take this one step at a time, loving our own hearts every step of the way. It's always such a pleasure to be with you here in the morning. Thank you for taking a moment to drop into the Sophia Code teachings together, to connect with Ascended Master Isis, and most importantly, to practice loving your own heart first, which is a part of healing this world. I'll see you again tomorrow for our next KR Daily transmission. All my love to you. Have a beautiful and blessed day or evening, wherever you are. Namaste.